guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. This is a new trailer I just picked up. I just got this a few weeks ago. Many of you guys follow my channel because I do some trailer videos. So in the past I've had a trailer, it's a 16-foot long, 7-foot wide, 7-foot tall. It was an enclosed cargo trailer that I built out to be kind of like my dirt bike trailer. Because at the time I only had dirt bikes, and so I had all kinds of E-track, I had an epoxy floor that I painted it, had cabinets, workbench, storage bins for all my gear. And recently, at the end of last year, I bought this RZR, like a Polaris RZR side-by-side. It's a 4-seater, so those are about 12 feet long. It wouldn't fit very well inside that trailer, and so it would fit, but there's no room around walking around it. There was no room up in front. I couldn't haul anything else really with it, so I figured, I want to sell it. Let's get something else. So I was able to sell that a few weeks ago. I found this locally from a company. This is a brand new 2024, but this is a little bit bigger size. So it's an 18-foot long, so it's 2 feet longer. But the real benefit to this size is that it's 8.5 feet wide. The other one is only 7 feet wide, so it's 1.5 feet wider. That 1.5 feet width makes a huge difference. So what I want to do is I want to show you the trailer, kind of give you some plans. I've got a modification I'm going to do to it today, and then show you how all my gear fits in here. All right, so I just have it hooked up to my Silverado. This is my project truck, and it has this slope to it. I don't know if you can notice this, so it slopes down in the front, which kind of makes it gives it kind of a cool look to it. It's not just like a flat top, it slopes down in the front. It's got this black diamond plate instead of chrome trim, I think, which looks awesome. So the white and black, I've always really loved the look, the white and the black. It's made by a company called, I don't know if you see that there, it says Look Trailers. They're a local company. I live in Utah. They're local in Utah, and so, a local dealer had this one. It was the size and the dimensions that I wanted. The same company made the last one I had too, so it just has a regular manual jack. It does have like a kind of a rubberized texture on all of the frame, all the underneath, so it's been kind of like, has a frame coating on it. And then it has this rock guard here that's all black, which looks pretty cool. This is the screwless exterior, so it doesn't have screws in the side, which I love that look. My last one had the screws. It just doesn't look as good. This looks awesome that it's just completely clean. There's not screws all the way down it. It just has these bonded panels on the side. And this one has this cool, kind of like a black kind of stripe on it, which looks pretty cool. They did come with just a regular steel black wheel. So they did do the black wheels. That's what we're doing today, is I have a set of new rims and tires I'm going to put on this. So this one's called the Look. It's the Element SE series. Now you can tell that this is 8.5 feet wide because the walls come all the way out over the wheels. My last one would have like a fender because it was inside of the wheel wells. And this one just gives you so much more room inside. All LED lights, all powder coated black around the trim and the edges. So it just looks really good. Let me show you the wheels. So we're putting these wheels on it. I picked the rims up separately. I found the tires. I got them mounted. And I'm using a separate set of lug nuts, a kind of more locking lug nut. So we're going to put those on. Let me show you inside. So here we open this up here. Okay, commonly you see this on a lot of trailers, but it has this little extension here that flips up. Kind of a transition, so it just makes, my last one didn't have that, and I always wanted that, and so it just makes this nice transition, so when you're pulling your vehicles in and out of, it just makes it a little easier transition there. So it doesn't have, it just came with all wood on the inside, so it's just this OSB panel here. So here's my RZR. This is my RZR XP 1000. This is a 4-seater. You can see with having this wide of a trailer, you have plenty of room to walk around this on each side, which is really cool. This has these big 5,000-pound tie-down points on each side here, and then 2 in the front. But I just got done painting. Over the last 2 or 3 days, I've been working on painting the inside. So I got the whole walls painted, and I just rolled this on and just used paint brushes around this trim area here. That's the only thing I've really done to it so far. Next, I'm doing this upcoming week, I'm going to be doing an epoxy floor, and I did that on my last one, and it was awesome. It really turned out great. It lasted, held up really well. But this 18-foot long, you can see the RZRs in the back part of the trailer, and then we've got 5 bikes here. Most of them are kids' bikes. It's my bike there, the 250FX. There's a 110. So the whole reason I wanted a different trailer is so that I could fit the RZR and the dirt bikes in here at the same time. So kind of an upcoming build is going to be how we're going to secure these down when we're driving, because right now they're just sitting in here. And then we're going to do things like we're going to redo the electrical system so that we have an onboard battery, and then redo all the lights, add more lights, onboard charger. We'll probably do a solar. Some of the things I did on the last one. Probably do things a little bit differently because I just don't have the space. In the last one I did a full like workbench, cabinets. I might do wall cabinets, but I'm not going to do the workbench because I just don't have the room. And I'd rather have the room to store the bikes instead of just having a workbench. It's got this door on the side. The door is on the driver's side. And then it does have lights. It has a couple lights right now that are hooked up. The only way this, as it's wired right now, the only way this works right now is if it's hooked up to the truck, which it is. But I want to have the lights working all the time. That's why I'm going to install its own separate battery. This has a little step down area. This kind of steps down, and then you step out. But you can see the room that you have here. So if you're wondering, if you have like a side-by-side and you're wondering what size trailer, 8.5 foot wide is the way to go. Even though it's a little wider when you're towing it, you probably need extensions on your mirrors to tow that. It just makes it so much better. This one also has something unique that it has. They call it the beaver tail option. So from this point back, it slopes down a little bit. So the full door opening is 83 inches tall. It's 7 feet tall inside, but you don't lose much because this is lower. Let me see if you can notice that from here. I don't know if you can notice. So from the fender back, it slopes. They sloped it down. They just shaved the frame down so that it's... And that way, if you have taller tires or a lifted side-by-side, it can fit through the door opening, because the door opening is usually going to be the constraint on size of vehicle you can put in here. But this thing fits great. This is a stock. I'm not planning on changing the tire size or lifting it at all, but it fits really good and very easily clears the door clearance here. Once I get the new wheels and tires put on here, I'll pull this out so we can get a good side shot of this, because we can't really see very well with it being kind of against the house, and can't get a good side profile of it. I'm replacing the lug nuts. These have these open-ended lug nuts, which would work on the new wheels, but I don't like that corrosion can get in here. You know, dirt, water, debris can get in here and could possibly seize that up over time. And so I like to have at least a closed-end lug nut on my wheels. So these wheels and tires are brand new. This thing's literally driven like 20 miles. So I'm just going to take these off, sell these, and then put the new ones on and use those new closed-end lug nuts to help protect the wheel studs and be able to get those off a little easier in the future. Tire size on this, I'm running the same tire size, 15-inch. It's a 5-lug 15-inch. It's a 205/75/15. And this is actually this is a C-load tire. The ones I'm putting on are a D-load, which gives you a little more. This is 6-ply. Those are an 8-ply D-load. So the wheels I'm putting on are going to have a little more weight capacity. All right, this stock lug nut size is looks like a 13/16 fits those the best. So I'm just going to loosen them up before I lift it off the ground. All right, I just have it jacked up right under the axle. These lug nuts should be pretty loose now. So the lug nut size on when I purchased these is a 1/2 inch -20. So 1/2 inch 20 is the lug nut size. And I'm just going to screw those on here. So that's the same as these. So this is, again, this is a 5-lug, I think it's a 3,500 pound axle. All right, I got my lug nuts threaded on. I just have them hand tightened down with my ratchet here, and then now I just lowered it down to the ground just a little bit so it's sitting on the ground. There's a little weight on it, that way I can torque it down. Torque specs right around 100 foot-pounds. And I just want to work around in a star pattern. All right, this side's all installed. The hardest part was just finding a place to jack from. I'll show you underneath here where I did. See right here, this is actually not a lot of clearance here, but I just jacked right on this area right here, right? I didn't do the studs because it would probably ruin the studs if you jacked on that, but this plate right here, I jacked right on the edge of that. I was able to lift up the axle pretty easily. Got them torqued down to 100 foot-pounds. I won't record the other side because there's not a lot of clearance over there. And then once I get those on, I'm gonna we'll pull this out and we'll kind of see how it looks, like get a good overall shot of it. All right, guys, so the trailer is pulled out. I got the wheels on. Here you can kind of get a good shot of it, kind of just a good side profile of it. That black stripe looks pretty cool. I think these wheels look really good. This is a nice upgrade. But this, I think this is for my needs, this is the perfect size trailer. 18 feet long, plus the V-nose is maybe another 18 inches or so, 18 to 24 inches in the front. So it's 18 feet from the end of the V to the end here. So maybe closer to 20 feet overall interior length. But the 8.5 foot wide really gives that a lot of room around it. So this is gonna be a great trailer. So guys, if you're into this kind of stuff, if you want to see more of the build on this, stay tuned to the channel. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to be doing the epoxy floor next, and then kind of doing a full build out on the electrical system as well. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.